Guys, welcome back to the channel and to another Escort video. I know it's been a while since I posted a video, but I've been actually quite busy with my other work, so in between I have a chance to do these cars like I explained in the very first video. But anyway, we're back on this van here doing the A-post. Let me just show you what I'm up to. So as I explained, I've done all of this. You've seen those videos. I was busy with this section. I'm going to replace all of this. Never mind all of this here. This is the strength here, of which I already put on the rust converter, but I'm actually going to put some cold galvanizing spray on that once all this is off. And I was busy with this piece that's actually going to fit there. So it fits something like that there. That's nice and smooth. The transition from this side to this side is nice and smooth here. Then I come down here. I'm going to spot weld that to the strength here, to the actual A post. I'm going to tack weld that there. Then this goes down here. As you can see here, I had to split this in order to get this curve here. I'll probably end up splitting this top section here in this crease here, because if I show you this, when it's like that, you can see there's quite a gap here. Wait, let me just line this up better. Let me just line this up there. You can see the transition is quite cool there, but you can see there's a big gap here, and that must be the same as this curve here. So I'll probably end up splitting this here, getting this curve right, and then welding this section back on. I made this hole here. I showed in the last video. I drilled this hole in order to tack onto this strength here, because that's the strength there. But like I said, I'm going to spray some cold galvanizing inside here before I carry on, and then I'm going to split this section and fit this in here. Okay, let's carry on. Okay, so I took this plate off here, this one here that was corroded there. I cut on this seam, because this is still solid here, because you find with these Escorts and Capris and all the cars from the same era, they all rot here. So after putting this one on here, I'll manufacture a new plate to go here. I'm not sure if the plate follows this contour here actually, because this one was corroded away, but I don't think so. I think it goes right over it, just judging by that little lip at the bottom there. Seems like it covers it, and then I'm going to just let it join in here, because this piece here is still the original piece of this, because over there is the seam that rotted away there. So I'll just join it there, the new piece onto that, and I'll cover that up. Then I'll go down here and I'll finish this slot off, tackle this side here, and then move to the top. Okay, let's sort this area out here first. Okay, so let's just catch up here quickly. So I welded that there. I'll neaten all that up. So she's flowing nicely down like that, like she should, I think. And then of course it disappears down here somewhere according to my judgment. And I'll just weld this here at the bottom to join on with this, and then this one here will obviously flow on here and join this on the seam. And I'll make a hole here for the wiring to come out of and the grommet to go in, and I'll just join it also down here somewhere where the seam should be. And then you can see on this edge here, edge is running okay-ish, slightly out there, but I mean you can see if I push here, you know, but I mean when I start pushing, then the seam will line up and she should join in there with the rest. Okay, let's carry on. Okay, so I just put that vice grips there because I'm going to try to concentrate on this thing here now. But what I did notice is this is a lot of lead work over here. This isn't steel, because this was steel, it would have rusted like that there. So this is lead work here. So I know for a fact if I'm going to put heat here, this lead is just going to melt. So this is going to be a bit of a tricky section here, but I'll figure something out what I'm going to do here. Anyway, let's carry on. Okay, so let's just have a look here. So that's that plate that I put in. I welded it all along this seam here. Welded it all there. We'll just close this lot up here. And then obviously push this back, heat this up and push this back to blend in here. Welded it all there. Just grind it a little bit more. See, I didn't grind it nice and complete there. That seems okay. There might just be a cavity there, I'm not sure, but okay, I can always check that out again. Got this blend here. So yeah, we getting there slowly. I'm going to come up here now. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this and that. Okay, so I thought I'll rather just complete this section of here. So that's all welded there now. That's all welded. This is all welded here now. You know, and I just went up here. So everything is complete now to here. This section I'm going to, I said I was going to do this section next, but I think I'll give that a miss right now, simply because of this lead. I'm actually thinking I'll probably end up cutting this whole section out, you know, like this whole section just out here, and fabricate this whole section here just to eliminate this lead work here. Not to say that I won't be able to do the lead work, but when I must weld this here, which I already attempted earlier on, like when I welded over here, the heat just melted this lead away. You can actually see there how the lead just melted away there. So I don't still want to have that hassle, still have the lead all splashing all over the show. So I'm going to give that a miss. I'm going to carry on down here now and try to finish this section of the A-pillar here, down here. And then probably after this, I'll probably have to take this fender off so that I can work better in this corner, and obviously to see what's behind there. Okay, let me start down here now. Okay, so I started taking this off here. This came out relatively easy because I mean that was all rotten, but this side seemed to be a little bit stubborn. I've been trying to break it down. Seems like this is welded or something is welded here, but you can see when I grind it here, that steel still look good there. Looks like it's just corroded in this area here, you know. Anyway, I'm going to keep on knocking this lot off and see how it looks. I eventually got this off, as you can see, and I grinded all along here. This is obviously that same type of cutaways that was up here, if you can recall. So I see there's another one here, so there's actually two here. Before taking the steel off, I actually thought this was all rotten through here, but it's obviously like a seam to give this post some strength or so. So there's one there, and there's one there, and there's there. So obviously it seems like these posts has three of these things. And then I cut all this what do you call this, like a lip or whatever, sill, whatever. I cut this off. Okay, so this was the steel that came off here, and this was that was on this side here, like, you know, where the rubber goes on, where the rubber mounts. So I took all that off here, so that's all clear. So my next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to put some of that rust converter on here, and then I'll have to fabricate obviously this ridge, lip, sill, whatever you want to call this thing. I must fabricate that and fabricate this doubler plate that goes on here, join it onto this piece here, which is okay. But what I notice is when I start grinding behind here, you know, this is still part of the outer skin that's behind this fender, and I mean it's useless me trying to renew this plate here if I don't know what's going on behind here. So it seems as if the inevitable has creeped its way a little bit closer, and I'll have to try to take this fender off. I'll have to take this fender off to get behind this post here, because once the fender's off, it's off, and then I can start tackling whatever rust is behind there as well. Okay, let's see. Okay, so that fender is all nice and loose now. I used this blade and I knocked inside here, as you saw, and obviously loosened up all that panel bond. So this thing is loose now. So my next move now is to go to the front and check the indicator out. No, the indicator's on the bumper. Let's just open up the bonnet and see what's going on here. Okay, so I lifted the bonnet up. I'll have to separate the fender from the inner wing, or whatever the terminology is here. I'll have to do that. I think this will probably be corroded underneath here, because 9 out of 10 times these things are rotten there. I can already see a hole there. It's not showing, it's not bubbling, but I'm not exactly optimistic. And then I'll have to take the grill out, the headlight out, separate this here. I think it comes down here. I think the seam is somewhere here, because in this instance it's all running in one. So I'll just have to separate this here and then get this fender off. Okay, so having a look, this plate is riveted onto the front grille here. No, not riveted, it's screwed on with all these screws. So I don't think I'm going to record anything here when I remove this lot here, and you know, the headlights and stuff like that. I'm sure we all know how to do that. A couple of bolts here and there, but I'm going to take this all off camera now, and I'll show you when it's done. Okay, so that's all off now. and a lot of nasty is being revealed, but I'm not surprised actually. I know, like I said in my previous videos as well, I know back in the day I just patched this thing to get this thing onto the road because I needed a vehicle. I didn't do due diligence. But now, like I said, I got more tools, I got more experience. I'll try to make it right. Okay, let's take this fender off. Okay, so I removed the bonnet. And I'm just busy removing the hinges here. I'm gonna just take that side's hinge off. Obviously, the reason for me taking it off because the bonnet must comes like here. So I wouldn't be able to get into this corner here. So I removed the bonnet, and the bonnet had to come off sometime or the other. So anyway, that's all clear now. I'm going to take the other one off. Then I'm going to start with a fender. Okay guys, I think I'm going to end this one here after taking the bonnet off. Once again, I'd like to just thank everybody for watching my videos and subscribing to the channel. Those that did. Those that haven't, please, if you don't mind, just press that subscribe button. There's no cost involved. It's just a matter of pressing the button and you can forget about the channel again afterwards. But if you do want to watch more, hit the notification bell not to miss out on the next video. And I will catch you on the next one. Cheers for now.